I believe AI will continue to evolve in many ways. So there's not just one way that AI is going to evolve in Bible translation, but there's different verticals in which it's going to evolve and transform. For example, text. Text, it'll obviously keep getting better and better at creating machine translation drafts. It's going to be more and more useful for helping understand textual resources for people to understand Bible translation and understand passages and complex topics and better understand figures of speech and actually get into it being able to pre-check your translation and do systematic deep checking of topics and resources. Instead of checking 100,000 different checks, it'll tell you which of the 200 that are most problematic do you need to look at. So for text, I think that's the way it's going to evolve in the foreseeable future. I'm sure there are things and changes that we can't even think of that are around the corner. As for oral or audio, as AI is becoming more and more multimodal, um, we're seeing hopes of being able to train AI actually off of languages that it doesn't know in textual form. In fact, many of the oral languages that we're doing Bible translation, there is no written form. And while it was a pipe dream just a couple of years ago, we should be able to, within the next year or so, be able to successfully train AI off of audio tokens and it be able to allow people who never had a written language have conversations with AI and be able to do the same types of things of interacting with an AI, having a conversation, asking it questions about what this passage means, and helping it better understand complex things in the Bible and facilitate the learning and understanding of exegetical resources. So I think in oral, that's going to be the biggest thing we're going to see over the next couple of years. Yeah, that bridging of um, oral and just surpassing, not requiring a people group to create an orthography to interact with I think will be one of the biggest things we see. One other area that I'm actually the least familiar with, but really excited about, will be sign language. So that is a whole nother area because we go in from text to where we're not even sure where oral is going or audio interactions in that multimodality. But we've been dabbling with image generation and video generation out of AI, which is fun and exciting. And it's quite comical at times to watch the outputs. But I feel like that will be the most jaw dropping over the next few years. Like after oral gets really good, I think having full video interactions theoretically should help us in ways that we can't quite conceive. And I'm sure maybe you've interviewed other people that have an idea of how AI can actually handle and do machine translation drafting with sign language, right? Like use video tokens for sign language and not just audio tokens or text tokens. Yeah, I think I've continually been surprised on how quickly things have changed over the past couple of years, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. So when it comes to the adoption of technology in Bible translation, there's usually a huge opportunity for outsiders. Like myself, I came from the outside industry coming in to help out with Bible translation, and there's usually some tension between um, an outsider coming in and delivering a solution. And while it might sound offensive or defensive from the organization's perspective and the people who are maybe appearing to keep out outsiders, I think it comes down to a common thing, whether it has to do with just organizations interoperating and collaborating, a sense of ownership for technology, for processes, for tools, for resources. The sense of ownership seems to be one of the biggest key motivators for people to embrace and use technology. But not just technology, but just resources and partnership. If you have a shared sense of ownership for a project, you're more likely to own it, to be motivated to actually leverage and use a tool.